Just keep winning, folks. They just keep winning. 9-2 on the season. And you want to know what happened the last time the Pirates started off a season 9-2? Well, the year was 1992, which just so happens to be the most recent time that the Pirates won a division title. It wasn't the NL Central back then. We were still in the NL East back then. NL Central didn't come into play until 94. But I'm saying, man, our best start in 32 years, and going into this Baltimore series over the weekend, I said my idea of a successful homestand was that we win at least 3 out of 5 of these games coming up. Well, the Detroit Tigers were 6-3 coming into Monday night's game, and the Buccos get it done 7-4 over them to win our third game of this 5-game homestand. It don't matter what happens tonight. This was a successful homestand for the Pittsburgh Pirates here as their strong and exciting start to the season continues. What is going on? Good Tuesday, everybody, and I am Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link in the box below. Buccos 7, Tigers 4 on Monday night. It was just typical Pirates baseball for this season, man. Maybe I'm getting a little too ahead of myself for saying that, but typical way to begin this season. Let me rephrase that for the Pirates this season. And the guy who I'm going to touch up on immediately at the start of this video, none other than Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller. He struggled, in my opinion, he struggled his first 2 starts of the season. But Monday night, he was indeed Money Mitch Monday night. And he was awesome. 6 innings, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts for Mitch Keller. More than enough support. It just seemed like in his first couple of starts, he just wasn't finding the location. His speed was a little bit off. His cutter was missing a lot. His fastball was off by a couple miles. It kind of seemed like he was just there to rack up as many strikeouts as possible. Monday night, he looked like 2023 Mitch Keller. He was more poised on the mound. He was more confident on the mound. He was finding location. His arm looked rested. Looked like he kind of reviewed the highlights or the film of what he had for his first couple of starts. And he just went up there and just faced every batter. That's all he did. He didn't try to rack up strikeouts, but he did rack up the strikeouts. You want to know why? Because he was finding the location. He wasn't tipping the pitches. And he got his velocity back. He was hitting 96 on that 4-seamer. He was getting 97 at times on that 4-seamer. His cutter looked a lot better. His breaking balls looked really good. He got hit hard a few times, but none of which really resulted in anything for Detroit. I mean, he was responsible for 2 of the 4 Tigers runs, but overall, Mitch Keller issuing a lot of swings and misses. And like I keep saying, his location was just amazing. By far his best start this season. Much deserved W for him, as he picks up another quality start. Derek Shelton, once again, no one wanted to go to the bullpen, as the Tigers were threatening a couple of times. They got to the bullpen a few times. And Derek Shelton wasn't messing around. Tigers had the bases loaded in the 8th inning, and Ryder Ryan was struggling a little bit. Shelton He's like, you know what? I ain't playing games with these guys. You're over 500. We're off to our best start in decades. I'm going to go with the guy who can gun it 100 miles an hour at the age of 36 like it's nothing to it. In comes Aroldis Chapman, immediately shuts down the threat for Detroit. Love Aroldis Chapman so far. Absolutely adore him. I didn't adore him when he was on the Cincinnati Reds. Okay. It's funny how, you know, that old phrase, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's what Aroldis Chapman is now for the Pirates. I hated him when he was in Cincinnati, but good Lord, I love him to death now. Funny how baseball works sometimes. And the bullpen, once again, just doing a quality job as well. Offense came to life. Down early, 1-0. That's nothing for this offense at this point. Immediately responded. Connor Joe, couple of RBIs tonight, almost hit a home run, but it did carry off the top of the wall at the last second. I ain't complaining too much about that. Connor Joe is so underrated. He's got a lot of power in his swing, and he really connects on one when he sees a pitch to his liking. Connor Joe hit a couple of missiles tonight, drove in 2 runs. And speaking of underrated guys so far, I think Mitch Keller may have found his catcher for the rest of the season because Joey Bart continues to be a nice find for the Buccos as he knocked in a 2-run double to give the Pirates a 3-1 lead. Joey Bart off to a great start in his Pirates career. The hometown kid as well. He's from the Western Pennsylvania area, and he's doing his hometown team wonders. Crushed a 2-run homer the other day against Baltimore. Now a 2-run double against Detroit. And like I said, I think Joey Bart should be catching for Mitch Keller. Maybe a catcher change is all that Mitch Keller needed. And Joey Bart could be that guy for him. So, yeah, whenever Mitch Keller's on the mound now, I want to see Joey Bart in the lineup. I think he's been a really good find for us so far. He's doing great behind home plate so far. Great trade on Ben Cherington's part right there. Jared Triolo, 2-run single to make it 5-1. And then, of course, the big blow came from none other than Brian Reynolds. Demolished one to left field for his 100th career homer to make it 7-2. And that's pretty much all the Buccos needed. At the end of the night, the Pirates won it 7-4. Game-ending double play by O'Neal Cruz, who had a little bit of a scary moment in that game. He fouled one off his leg. He was in visible pain, but it was nothing serious. It was just, it hit him hard. Looked like he just needed to shake it off a little bit. Kind of getting flashbacks to last year where he slid at home plate and broke his leg, and that took him out for the rest of the season. But he turned out to be just fine. Ended the game on a game-ending double play. When it was all said and done, the Buccos are 9-2, off to their best start since 1992. And yeah, it don't matter what happens for tonight's game. The Pirates did what I thought they could do to have a successful homestand against 2 good teams. They took 2 out of 3 against the Baltimore Orioles. And now they win the first game of a short 2-game series against Detroit. No matter what happens, obviously I'd love for the Pirates to sweep this 2-game series going into Philly. I'd love it. But if we drop this game, to me, it's a successful homestand no matter what. You got Martin Perez on the bump tonight for the Buccos. So, yeah, man, Martin Perez, he's been our best starter in my honest opinion so far. But I'll tell you, if Mitch Keller, he continues to pitch like he did Monday night, it's going to be a heavy debate on who the best starter in the rotation is for the Buccos, because for every guy saying it's Mitch Keller, you got a guy saying that it's Martin Perez. Then you got the Jared Jones people. Then you got the Marco Gonzalez people. I think everyone can agree that Bailey Falter's the weak link of the rotation. But hey, he went 5 no-hit innings the other day against Baltimore. I'll tell you, this rotation has been surprisingly really good to start off the season for the Bucs. I mean, it hasn't been superb. It hasn't been sensational, but it's been very good. A lot, way better than what anyone thought it would be. I feel like, let me tell you, when I'm sitting down here saying that I feel confident in 80% of our rotation, that's just even more proof that this team is just headed in the right direction. I feel confident with Mitch Keller. I'd love for him to fix up the velocity, and I'd love for him to get some run support, but I feel confident when Mitch goes on the mound. Martin Perez, love the guy so far. Jared Jones, 2 great starts to start off his career. I feel confident with him. And I'm starting to even feel confident with Marco Gonzalez. Bailey Falter, he's the only guy that I don't feel confident with. But 80% of the rotation, 80% of it is looking good so far. This team, man, they just continue to find ways to win. They continue to find ways to be productive. They're very unselfish. They manufacture runs. They're starting to play better defense. Derek Shelton is starting to grow a brain in between here and know when to go to the bullpen, know when to yank a guy out of a game. Because I'll tell you, if this was Derek Shelton last year, he would have left a pitcher out to face someone with the bases loaded, and it would have ruined his confidence. I mean, it was the same guy that left Quinn Priester out there down 7-0, and he gave up 2 more home runs. This year, he's like, you know what? I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Ryder Ryan, hey, man, I know you're doing what you can. I know, you're just trying to earn a spot in the bullpen, but you're not having a good night, pal. I'm going to bring in Chapman. That is all it takes to just be one step closer to being a decent manager. Just know when to go to the bullpen. And that's what Shelton's doing so far. And I like to see it. But yeah, 7-4. Buccos win it tonight. Great offense, great pitching, very good defense. Let's sweep the 2-game set. Let's go to Philly and get ready for the Phillies, man. That's going to be another tough series. We got 4 with them this coming weekend. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I am Mac, checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.